Good morning and welcome to Rapid Dawn. My name is Cynthia Agbo. Today is a beautiful Friday and is a fun Friday. And I'm definitely not doing this alone. Ogochukwu, how are you doing?
I'm very well. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, everyone. Friday is upon us, and Fridays are fun and freaky.
Wow. Okay. First and foremost, let's go straight to our health and wellness this morning. We'll be right back. Cinnamon and how you can use your cinnamon this beautiful morning. Try to make it a thing in your house and you will not regret it. Trust me, you absolutely not regret it. All right, so very quickly, we'll move on straight to our fashion segment and we have something great for you on the runway. I'm going where? Okay, all right, so that was something there on the runway. I think they are very relatable, easy, and something that you can always try as much as possible to wear. All right, so let's now move on to the papers at this point. I think it's very, very important for us to know what is going on our national day list this beautiful morning. And if we have the papers, let's go.
We'll start off with the Punch newspaper. 9,000 marketers may lose licenses. That's the big story on the Punch. Of course, with the headline, full supply. 9,000 marketers may lose licenses. Ipman begs NMDPRA and NMPC. Okay, what are they begging them about? Police stumble on drug den after Lagos market fracas. We also have police affairs as IPOB declares May 30 sit at home. That's not a good one coming from the southeast. And government borrows 11 billion via bonds and via bonds in 4 months. That's the much you can take from the Punch newspaper this morning.
All right, moving on. Vanguard, minimum wage, governors working on what is payable. Governor working on what is payable. NSA orders enforcement of cybercrime law. Petrol scarcity, long queues linger despite federal government's assurances. Let's now move on to the next paper.
We have the Guardian up next. How dodgy officiating and complicit club officials, supporters ruin games. That's a big story. Pages and details on pages 1 and 5. Labour defends 615,000 naira wage proposal as states review fiscal capacity, and that's it on the Guardian this morning.
All right, let's now move on. NUPRC, $1.28 billion Seplat Mobile oil asset sales deal to wind up in less than 14 days. We also have Shatima. Whoever succeeded Buhari would have made Tinubu's choices or let Nigeria implode. That is there. We also have something. Let's now move on to the next paper, please.
All right, we have the following headlines. States will pay only sustainable minimum wage, says governors. Subnationals to adopt justice sector summit resolutions. Petrol scarcity persists in cities. Army moves against ambush killing of troops. 3 terrorist commanders, 715 others killed in 3 months. All of these headlines are on the front page of The Nation. Lagos accounts for 20% of Nigeria's GDP. We'll have 50 held over Lagos market fracas. Those are some of the headlines on The Nation newspaper this morning.
The Daily Times, Nigeria's economy to experience significant growth soon. This is coming from the Vice President. Implores Nigerians to be patient with President Tinubu's administration. NIMET, GRMA partner to enhance access to climate risk modeling. We pay bandits for access to our farms, ex-Sokoto Governor Bafarawa. And ONSA directs full enforcement of Nigeria's cybercrime law. Let's now move on.
Daily Independent is up next. Your days of worrying are over, Tinubu assures workers, okay? Says he's more concerned in living wage than minimum wage. Your efforts remain lifeblood of the economy, Obi tells workers, details on page 7. EFCC violated rights of Yahaya Bello's children. That's coming from Kogi youths. Vow to petition National Human Rights Commission. Can we have more on the Daily Independent? All right, so then let's move on to the next paper.
On the Sun this morning, President Tinubu inherited economic mess. This is coming from the Vice President. Says President won't blame Buhari for nation's war. FCTA to boost security with drones. This is coming from the Minister. IPOP declares May 30 seat at home to honor Ojukwu, Achuzie, others. And, okay, let's now move on to the next paper.
We have Daily Trust up next. We won't blame Buhari for our challenges. That's coming from Shetima. Bandits kill 17, abduct 5 in Kaduna and Sokoto communities. May 15, slated for an inaugural flight as 65,000 Nigerians pay for Hajj. Repentant Boko Haram members invade a police station in Borno. That's the big story on Daily Trust this morning, with the following riders: attack immigration and DLA checkpoints. We repel them. That's the response of the police. No comment for now, coming from the Borno government. It calls for review of de-radicalization program. That's according to an expert. Binance founder sent to jail as Nigeria awaits extradition of African manager. And that's it on Daily Trust this morning.
Let's now move on. Blueprint, before moving to sports. Shetima at Second Chronicle Roundtable with reforms. Tinubu saved Nigeria from imminent death. Assures economy will witness positive changes after sacrifices. President should sack non-performing ministers. This is coming from ex-minister Shamsuddin. And GV Hills Finidi's appointment says NFF went for merit. Okay, we have a 58 Information Minister Idris national asset. This is coming from Governor Bago. Let's now move on to sports.
Punch Sports Extra. Villa join Iheanacho Chase. We have Osho set for 170th league game. Blues revive Euro hopes with Spurs win. German star Musiala relishes Nigerian roots. Ronaldo, toughest player I've faced, coming from Aina Europa. Leverkusen close to final. Marcel hold Atlanta. Brugge award thrills Onyeka, and there's an exclusive on Tochukwu Nadi as well on the Punch Sports Extra this morning. Let's round off with Sporting Sun. Iwobi speaks on historic Premier League winner Ronaldo unselfish and hands over PK to Mane in Al Nassr's victory. We'll have Aston Villa, Crystal Palace at war over Iheanacho. Interesting choice of words there to describe the transfer situation surrounding Iheanacho. Ronaldo, my toughest opponent. We saw a similar headline in Punch Sports Extra. Lookman nominated for Serie A Player of the Month award. And we'll have a story on Taiwo Awoni as well on the Sporting Sun this morning.
All right, that is the much you can take on the paper headlines this morning. Up next is sports, and we're going to short break. When you come back, you have Ugo on sports this morning.
All right.
My name is Akio Sakido.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Leo Bliss.
My name is Akava, go by the name Baba D.
And you're tuned into Rapid TV. And I love Rapid TV.
Shut us.
Rapid TV.
Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is Rapid TV.
Rapid TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it melted down.
Leave it like that.
All right, good morning, and thank you for joining us on Rapid Sports this morning, right here on Rapid Television, channel 176 on Star Times. We're also streaming live at www.rvnradiotv.com. Oguchukwu Madumeri is my name, and you are welcome to the show this morning. Well, on the front burner, Bayer Leverkusen are still unbeaten this season after their first leg semi-final clash against Roma at the Stadio Olimpico. And Marseille held to a 1-1 draw by Atalanta at home. We'll have Aston Villa having a bad day in the office. Well, if we're going to take the words of the gaffer of the side, Unai Emery, is he going to be able to overturn the 4-2 deficit handed to them by Greek champions Olympiacos? Well, only time will tell. We also had Fiorentina getting the edge over Club Brugge in their semi-final clash in the Conference League as well. Chelsea with a morale-boosting win against Tottenham Hotspur, further dealing a big blow to Tottenham Hotspur's Champions League comeback. I'll tell you more about that.
Gewinnt aber doch noch völlig verdient. 2-0.
Here goes Mudryk, and he used that pace to good effect. A lovely ball.
Glorious there, the match, of course, between AS Roma and Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, all goes from Florian Wirtz and Robert Andrich, ensuring victory for Xabi Alonso's men in the Italian capital and giving the Bundesliga champions a lot of edge going into the second round and a huge chance of reaching the final in Dublin later this month. Leverkusen will meet either Atlanta or Marseille in Ireland should they hold out in Germany next week. On the evidence of their performance in Rome, they will be firm favourites to win their first European trophy since the old UEFA Cup in 1988. It is actually possible that these lads can go all season unbeaten. Now, let's talk about what happened. Of course, Marseille drew 1-1 with Atlanta. Now, in the Conference League, Aston Villa face a tough task to turn around their European Conference League semi-final after losing the home leg against Olympiacos 4-2 on Thursday. But Captain Jock McGinn said they are far from finished. Unai Emery's side were 2-0 down inside 30 minutes at Villa Park, but leveled through only Watkins and Moussa Diaby before the visitors scored twice more in the second half to secure the advantage ahead of next Thursday's return leg in Athens. So it's very obvious that Villa have a mountain to climb. Villa manager Emery said his side lost possession too easily, but said Olympiacos deserved the victory. Well, Villa will look to tighten their grip on the fourth place in the Premier League when they travel to Brighton and Hove on Sunday. They are 7 points ahead of Tottenham Hotspur, who have a game in hand. And that's about it from the Europa League yesterday. Well, we will still come back to football, but let's give you a little bit of tennis. Of course, we have the Madrid Open still on at the moment, and defending champion, talking about Aryna Sabalenka, produced a brilliant comeback from a set and a breakdown to beat Elena Rybakina and reach the final yesterday. The Belarusian second seed triumphed 1-6, 7-5, 7-6, and will face world number 1 Iga Swiatek on Saturday in a rematch of last year's final. The clinical Swiatek earlier eased past American Madison Keys with a comfortable 6-1, 6-3 victory. Kaza Rybakina dominated a below-par Sabalenka in the first set with 2 breaks, but faced far stiffer resistance in the second after going a break-up in the third game. Two-time Australian Open champion Sabalenka put heavy pressure on the fourth seed serve and eventually cracked it up to pool level at 4-4. Well, I think this is quite interesting because earlier on in the semi-final, we saw Puntin Seba, taking it all the way to the wire, winning a set, going 5-2 up in the final set, and somehow Rybakina found a way to win. And, well, this time she was on the receiving end because Sabalenka was more on the ferocious side. Well, let's see what happens when they play the final on Saturday. It's Sabalenka up against Iga Swiatek. Well, if you ask me, my money is definitely on Iga Swiatek. Well, in the men's event, third seed Danny Medvedev retired injured from his Madrid Open quarterfinal clash with Jiří Lehečka on Thursday, a day after Jannik Sinner was forced to withdraw from the clay court tournament. Russian Medvedev needed a medical timeout in the last 8 match and struggled through the end of his first set with an apparent upper thigh problem, losing 6-4 before before retiring. Zech Leheka progressed to his first Masters semi-final, where he will face Felix Auger-Aliassime, who received a walkover after top seed. Sena withdrew Wednesday with a hip problem. So basically, it's a semi-final of, what will you call it now, favored tennis players, Jiri Leheka and, of course, Felix Auger-Aliassime, all beneficiaries of the walkover and the withdrawal of their opponents. Well, the Zech, who knocked out Rafael Nadal on Wednesday, settled down and capitalized on Medvedev's woes, and hopefully he's able to recover on time ahead of the French Open. Taylor Fritz will face Andrei Rublev in the other semi-final later on today after the Russian ousted home favorite Carlos Alcaraz earlier on Wednesday. And that's it. So semi-finals ready, all of the four lats ready to do battle. Andrei Rublev up against Taylor Fritz, the American, and of course Felix Auger-Aliassime up against Jiri Leheka. Let's see who comes out tops here. Remember, defending champion Carlos Alcaraz has been knocked out of the competition. Well, a little bit of Formula One this morning, because the Formula One season is very much still on. Well, Max Verstappen very much in the news. Red Bull's Max Verstappen can complete a hat-trick of Miami Grand Prix victories on Sunday, but the announced departure of his team's star designer Adrian Newey is the big talking point going into the weekend. The sixth round of the season is for the second weekend in a row run to the sprint format, and only one practice session and a 100-kilometers race on Saturday before qualifying for the main event. Well, the talk and what a lot of people are saying this season is that it's a bit, what's the word now, boring, you know, having to see all of the podium finishes, and it's all of the usual suspects. It's all of the normal finishers, the likes of Max Verstappen and the Red Bull's team. We've not seen really any sort of surprise, any sort of upset, any sort of event to make it more interesting in terms of the competition this season, and that's what a lot of people are talking about. Well, let's very quickly take you to some of the elite leagues in Europe, where we have matches that will be happening this weekend in the English Premier League. Already updated you on that. We have the Italian Serie A, the Bundesliga, the La Liga and the Ligue 1 in France when we come back from this very short break. All right, welcome back. It's the Morning Tonic you ingest once every 24 hours, Monday to Friday, right here on this channel. Very quickly to the games happening in the La Liga in Spain. Later on today, Getafe play Athletic Bilbao. We have Real Sociedad playing Las Palmas. Real Madrid, who there's literally nothing stopping them from winning the title this season. They have an 11-point lead, and we have, about 5 games before the end of the season. Can Barcelona topple Real Madrid? I don't think really that is possible at this point in time. And so it's Madrid playing Cadiz. Girona is up against Barcelona. Girona, one of the sides that looked like they were going to breathe fire this season, started off brilliantly, went a couple of games unbeaten, but then when it mattered most, they felt like a pack of cards, lost a couple of very vital matches, and fell down the pecking order in terms of being title favorites. We have Mallorca, Real Mallorca playing Atletico Madrid, and so it's Madrid who are leading the table with 84 points, 11 points ahead of Barcelona with 73. Girona is third on the log with 71. So there is that possibility of Girona leapfrogging Barcelona if they win today's match. And then, of course, Atletico Madrid bringing up the rear in 4th place with 64 points. Well, let's move away from the La Liga now. There's also action in Germany, where already Bayer Leverkusen have been crowned champions, but of course there's still a lot to fight for in terms of who does qualify for European football next season. And do remember that courtesy of Borussia Dortmund's win against PSG on Wednesday, German teams are now going to have 5 slots in the Champions League next season. It's now confirmed that German clubs are going to have 5 spots in the
Champions League next season. So at the moment, for those 5 slots, going by what the table says now, Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, Stuttgart, Leipzig and Dortmund are in pole position to represent Germany in European football, top European football next season. Hoffenheim play Leipzig later on tonight. Stuttgart is up against Bayern Munich. That's a very big clash, even though inconsequential, because there's already a decider in terms of where the title is going. Dortmund play Augsburg. There's also the match involving Frankfurt and Leverkusen later on this weekend. Well, all of the matches for me do have the potential of having a flurry of goals in case you're intending to do a little bit of stake on those games. Well, we have the Italian Serie A as well, where we have a couple of interesting matchups. We have Torino playing Bologna later on tonight. Monza is up against Lazio. Sassuolo, high-scoring Sassuolo, up against champions of the Scudetto as it is, Inter Milan, and that will be happening tomorrow by 7:45 Nigerian time. Cagliari play Lecce. We'll have Verona up against Fiorentina. Milan play Genoa, and of course, in the biggest match in the Italian Serie A this weekend, we have AS Roma up against Juventus. Well, time has gone when Juventus had the chance or had the opportunity at the point in the season to actually offer some sort of competition for Inter Milan, and so now they're just looking to qualify for European football next season. And by the way, Italy will also be having 5 sports in the Champions League next season when the draws do hold. And in those 5 spots, we have Inter Milan, we have AC Milan, Juventus, Bologna, and AS Roma. Atlanta doing all they can to get into that top 5 at the moment. Of course, there's also Lazio, who are still very much in the picture. And so we have Inter Milan, who are already champions on 89 points, and that's 19 points ahead of AC Milan. We have Juventus on a further down 65, Bologna on 63, and AS Roma on 59. Very quickly, and lastly, in the French Ligue 1, where PSG have been crowned champions already after the match involving Olympique Lyon and AS Monaco. Well, of course, Monaco were stunned by their opponents, thus officially handing the title over to Paris Saint-Germain. So it's going to be Toulouse up against Montpellier. We'll have Lens playing Laurent, Levray up against Strasbourg, AS Monaco versus Clermont Foot, Mens versus Rennes, and Brest up against Nantes. And we'll have Lille playing Olympique Lyon. All of these matches very much available. The MPFL was supposed to have matches this weekend, but apparently the league is on a 1-month break. And courtesy of that, we would have matches, or rather a match involving Rivers United as they seek to prosecute all of their rescheduled games in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Of course, this development was reached by the league management company and the NFF, especially now that Rivers United are no longer part of continental football. And so there's a lot to decide as to where eventually the title will be resting this season in the Nigeria Premier Football League. And the match that we did mention yesterday in the round of 64 in the President's Federation Cup involving Kano Pillars and Enugu Rangers was eventually won by Kano Pillars. So the possibility of Rangers doing a double this season has now been erased. They will now turn attention to making sure that they do all they can to win the Nigeria Premier Football League title. Well, will that happen? Will Enyimba with the likes of Remo Stars and Lobby Stars allow them to do that? Only time will tell, and eventually that will be when the league makes a fantastic return. Well, for now, this is where the cookie crumbles on this morning's edition of Rapid Sport. Join us again bright and early, same time, same station on Monday for another scintillating edition, when we'll be coming back with all of the results and reactions from the weekend games. Well, until then, Ugochukwu Madimere is my name. Do enjoy a very sporting weekend. Coming up next on The Breakfast Show is Eastern Circle.
All right, so it is a beautiful Friday, and we are just going to have so much fun as well as talk about something interesting. We do have our guest in the studio, and this particular guest so this particular guest was supposed to come last week, but then he betrayed me. He chose jollof rice over me.
Oh my God.
But it's all right.
I hope it's Nigerian jollof though.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll get there where we'll become. No, I will not become jollof rice. There's no way I can become jollof rice. No, there's no way. But he's here in the studio, and I have how they say it in church, with Jesus joy.
This time with rapid joy.
With rapid joy.
Yeah.
We have the one that I like to call him Body Rocks.
Yes.
When it comes to fitness, when it comes to your body, when it comes to making sure that you're in shape as a man, and even women too, you know, and you just have to have the right spirit and the right presence as a man. This is the person. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm good. I'm very good.
Great, great. So
How many packs can you count?
Oh, I'm currently rocking 6. Standard.
I was asking
number.
somebody.
Okay.
I don't know why you're asking me.
You don't care to comment?
I see you paying a lot of attention, so yeah.
Hello.
Tell me now.
Hello.
Tell me.
Hi, if you don't want to answer. So now, this morning, we intend to talk about keeping fit as a man. We talk about having, people just feel like when it comes to body positivity, it has to do with women alone. And then we would definitely have some fun later on in entertainment, because I know you have some views to share.
I do.
Good, but let's start with keeping fit as a man.
Okay.
Let's start with, there's a survey that says that the lifespan of a man is 70% dependent on what he eats, his general fitness, and then the other percent is just about, long life and prosperity.
Okay, yeah.
So let's now talk about that part. As a man, right, what is keeping fit to you?
Okay, so it's actually a very generic term, keeping fit, very arbitrary. But in my own definition of it, it's just keeping yourself in the optimum living, you know. So doing your best to optimize everything that you do that makes you alive. So that's moving, that's eating well, that's just existing in an optimal state. So that's keeping fit. Obviously through exercise, through sleep, good recovery, and eating properly as well.
Okay.
So it doesn't basically revolve around working out and carrying machines and all of that?
Not entirely. That's just part of the equation. Yeah. So you've got to do that. You've also got to eat well, and you also got to sleep well.
Okay. So now, do you totally agree with the survey that says that men, they just have to pay attention to their body about 60–70% if they want to have a long life?
Okay. So with us men, we're gifted with the beautiful hormone testosterone, a lot of it. And that is what actually helps with like muscular development, you know, that primal man nature. All those, that's testosterone is responsible for that. And because we have quite a bit of it generally as a healthy male, so 70%, we don't have to do too much, really. We have the capacity to do a lot, but we don't have to do too much for us to have a good amount of lean muscle mass and just have like good bone density and stuff because of that hormone testosterone.
Okay, so when you say good bone density, what do you mean now?
I'm not going to get scientific about it, but your bone shouldn't just be breaking, like, you know, because that's a condition, you know, like osteoporosis.
Okay.
Like someone just hit you and your bones are broken. So you should have good bone density. Your bones should be strong. Yeah.
Okay, does it mean a woman's bone can be breaking?
Yeah, well, any human being's bones can be breakable if they're not looking after themselves well, if they're not getting the right nutrients, if they're not, you know, exercising as well. Because the way the bones get stronger is by loading them with weight, you know. So the stress that you put them under, the work that you do, the workouts that you do, they also help to improve the bone density.
But you know, it's this thing that you just said now about men having a lot of testosterone.
Yeah. Basically,
they're the stronger of the two genders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Physical strength.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's because people believe that because they have a lot of that physical strength, so they don't need to do anything with regards to their fitness.
Yes.
Can you address that misconception?
It's a super misconception, and we see it all the time. So in my fitness premises, Body Rocks, we actually have more women than we do have men. And I've over my entire career, which is almost 2 decades now, I've trained more women than men. And that happens a lot. We get men coming like, I've been doing this when I was in school, blah, blah, blah. And they come in and they embarrass themselves, really.
Okay.
The women tend to outshine the men a whole lot in these things.
In terms of what?
In terms of actual physical output, surprisingly. I think it's just the approach. Because men always come in like, they already know, they can, and then they try to go overboard like in the very beginning, and then they mess up. But the women tend to come in with this, oh, I can't do it. I'm a woman. I probably can't even do push-ups like the normal way. Let me do the girly ones. And so it's always a win for them from the start. So I think because of the different approaches, women tend to shine better than the men. But yes, like you said, it's a very normal misconception. Men always think, oh, they can, maybe because the last time they did a push-up was even probably in secondary school.
Yeah.
And this is, you're a full-grown man now, maybe in your 40s, and you still think you can do it. And you haven't been doing it in between, like you'll shock yourself in a negative way.
So it's about the consistency now.
Yes, you have to.
Okay, so let's say if I want to be, okay, so let's say a man wants to be, to attain that level of fitness, what's the duration for a week?
Okay. So it's different, like, you can't remove everybody's different lifestyles, everybody's different, like, so a man who is married with kids, his commitment levels will be different from a single man who is 25 and maybe just, maybe even works at night or whatever, works just in the morning, like half a day. So I try to come up with like a little formula for everybody to just follow, and it's just, don't let 3 consecutive days pass without doing something.
Okay.
However you shape that is up to you. You could do every other day, you could do 2 days and 1 day off, you could do 2 days on, 2 days off, whatever. Just don't let 3 days pass without doing something.
Ha. So me that I've allowed like, I've not even said, calm down.
Don't let me expose you.
Wow. I'll say something though. It's never too late to hop back up. Never too late to hop back up.
Right here.
It's never too late to hop back up.
Right here, the bushes are grown already.
It's really not too late.
I mean, the last time I went to register for a gym, I paid for 1 month. I went for 4 days, and I never came back.
We have a lot of you guys.
And then the other time, I said, okay, recently I went to the gym. But it was for a program. So, so it was, by the time we started doing what's the other one? That you hold something and you do like this.
Okay. So
and he said it's for your
back.
Your back.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. By the time I did 10, I felt like I have worked for the year. I'm even ashamed to play that video because it's supposed to be on air, but shame cash.
You see that?
So, I mean, so for people like us, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, for people like us, what is the solution? Because we can't just go to the gym and start doing what someone like you would do.
So I know this show is supposed to be male perspective and that should be the focus.
Yeah.
But really, really, I'll say this. We always need to understand our own powers. Like, especially as women, you women have a higher pain threshold than men, generally. Yeah, you guys are built, you guys can have kids, you can do all this.
Okay.
We can't do that. So you guys, you need to tap into that power and understand that there are still things that you do even in your normal life as a woman that actually hurts more than working out.
Yes.
You guys get waxed, you guys even...
Okay, but you put it...
All those things hurt more, to be honest.
True.
But you do it, and you go
True.
through it. But because I think maybe because the perspective is on what you're getting out of it. And the same thing, just think about it that way. Like, I'm going to go through this pain, and I'm going to be sore, yes. And there are things you can do to alleviate this soreness. Go get a massage, do the wholesome thing, We're very lucky here in Nigeria that those things are actually relatively cheap. You can try to get a massage abroad, you're spending $100 up. And, so those kind of things, you can do them here and really cater for yourself. But you need to think of yourself as that wholesome package, and you want the best for it. Remember I talked about optimization, optimize health, be fit. So you do the workouts, you get super sore. Don't give up because you were sore. Take some time off. Not all the time. Because some people do that. They work out one day, then they take a week off, and then they can't get back into it. So just take one
No, but
day.
the pain is still very fresh. They need to rest.
Yeah, that's what I say.
But then again, that's not going to help you attain the level of fitness that you want.
So everybody has a time scale. A lot of people come in with some kind of frame, like,
Okay.
oh, I want to get in shape for my wedding. I want to get in
Okay.
shape for
Okay.
a holiday. I want to get in shape for whatever. Your
Does
reason
that have
are.
to be some sort of focus?
It tends to help. It
Okay.
tends to help because it's very easy to give reasons why not. Yeah, I'm sore. I'll just go do this instead. You know, you can pick 1,000 things to do instead of working out. And even with your money, be like, I can just pay for DSTV instead of my gym membership. You know, so because of that, I always like my clients to actually have a focal point. The thing is, the goalpost will move constantly. So even if we got you started and we got you consistent because you were training for a holiday you were going to go on, or you wanted to wear a certain outfit, when we get to that point, then we move it again and we have the next milestone. It's like, and we're hoping, the hope is that by the time you get there, you enjoy the look so much, like you're really proud of your progress that you know we can keep you going and we can have another goal. Like, okay, we got you to a size 12. Next time, let's get you to a size 10. Or let's talk about men. Okay, we got your chest looking good. We got 2 abs. Let's get 6. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay, so size 12 is it good?
Oh yeah, there's no size. Okay, well, let me not say.
No,
It depends on what you want, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah, it
Say
depends on
the
what you
Some people
want.
look good in size 16. They have the height for it. They work it well. Some people have to be size 8. You know, whatever.
Yeah, let's bring the conversation back to
Okay,
men.
okay, yeah,
You
let's
know,
bring
so
it back
when
to
you
men.
see a group of guys who are gathered,
Yeah.
there's usually a conversations around sports, family, finances, how to make money, and all of that. But you rarely find a group of guys who are gathered and the conversation is about fitness.
Yes, unless they are gym buddies already. Yes, but if you notice now, there's a whole trend of all the big CEOs are all getting involved in fitness. You know, Mark Zuckerberg is now into MMA. He does jiu-jitsu now. He's always at all the big UFC events. Elon Musk also takes his fitness seriously. Jeff Bezos looks in great shape. So there's that trend now, and a lot of the CEOs always talk about how that fitness thing keeps them grounded, and it's a conversation that needs to happen. And I think it already started happening in some of the big circles. Someone like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is really, really big with his fitness. He takes his trailer with him, like a trailer gym, wherever he's going on tour with him, and he has his
I
trainer.
think we have to give credit to Dwayne Johnson for that.
Yes, you know, it's that kind of thing. So it's the circles that you're in. If you're in circles where you guys are always talking about the swallow you're going to eat in the night, or the women you're going to chase, that's what you guys are going to be talking about. But the conversation needs to change, like you said. We need to be talking about stuff like that more.
There's someone sitting down by your side. I don't know if it's your left or right side.
Somewhere, sure.
The only thing he talks about is food and women.
Genuine foodie.
I wonder who this person might be.
Yeah.
I can bet you that as he's sitting down, he's thinking about how to go and get this egusi soup. Let me finish. I can feel it in my spirit. That egusi soup is what he's thinking about. So, you might not want to say, for people like this, right, with this body type, they might want to say,
You mean
okay,
the premium body type.
What is premium? What is premium? You might want to say, okay, I am not enjoying lots of flesh, and so because I don't use the word fat, so I don't need to go to the gym. I don't need to. I mean, I hear a lot of slim people say that a lot, you know. So is keeping fit, going to the gym, just for people who are probably flashy and all of that?
Yeah. So great, great that you brought that up, because most of the time, most of us hate people like this that just can eat whatever they want and nothing changes. So I understand, but no, fitness is not just about the look. In fact, when you get to a certain point, especially like the approach that I have is a functional approach. The aesthetics becomes a byproduct. It becomes you're gonna get that, but let's get you functionally fit. in the sense that, okay, you look the part, you look slim, it's not an ounce of fat on you, great. But can you run up a flight of stairs without being out of breath?
He can't. He can't even run one.
That is usually the case. That is usually the case.
You don't know me.
I would when you're done, we'll do a test.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, that's fantastic.
I am up for it. And she has to run the same amount of stairs too.
Sure.
Me, Agbabola.
It's a bet.
Me,
You have forgotten I have
Agbabola.
powers.
We should do that. We should definitely do
You see
this.
my powers in action today.
Go ahead.
But yeah, because not to get scientific or anything, but there's 3 main body types.
Okay.
So the mesomorphs, the ectomorphs, and endomorphs. So the endomorphs are the generally bigger people. Ectomorphs are the naturally slim people. The mesomorphs are in the center. So there's always an inclination. You get some, and for different things. You get some people who, when they're stressed, they might not even have to eat that much, but they put weight on. You get some people with the opposite reaction. So it's just what are your natural genetic tendencies? Like where does your body take you to? And when you have that awareness of yourself, you start to work towards that. But like I said, even if you're a slim person, you look the part. Are you actually fit though? And what does fitness mean for you? Are you strong enough to hold 20% of your body weight? Are you strong enough to suspend, like hold on to something and carry all your body weight? Are you strong enough to, or are you fit enough to run up a flight of stairs and still have a conversation before? Like, what are the things that you can do? And the thing is, whoever you are, you want to be able to take part in society. So if you have kids, your kids are doing inter-house sports, you want to be able to do something with them. You want to be able to last an hour with them without getting tapped out in 5 minutes. But a lot of people, that's usually the realization at that point. Like the kids want to go and you jump rope and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. And then you do 20 and you're like, it's like, what's happening? And so that's the idea. We try to preach this thing as a wholesome thing, as opposed to just thinking about the aesthetics, like, oh, I just want to look good. Looking good is not a problem. It's not a bad thing for that to be your ultimate goal.
Okay.
But there's so many aspects and elements to this fitness thing. Yeah. You'll be doing yourself a disservice if you're only focused on the...
All right. A lot of people, they want to do this fitness thing. They want to really look great. They want to enjoy that confidence that comes with having your preferred body size, body type, and all of that. But a major challenge, especially for most Nigerians, is money. Because when you try to register for a gym, I mean, they tell you the price for a week, a month. Sometimes it's outrageous. So the question here is, do you think someone can embark on a fitness journey on their own? So in that way, I don't need to pay for anything. I can just watch videos on the internet and achieve whatever I want.
You said it there already.
But how possible is that though? Because I know people who have tried it and it didn't really work.
If you dig in and you really dig in, you will find out that you find the reasons why it didn't work. And usually because they didn't stick into it. They didn't actually stick to it, or they didn't back it up with eating well. Because there's some things that happen when you start working out. Sometimes you get an appetite spike. You want to eat more. Because your body, so your body's, sometimes you have, before your body can work for you or with you, it tends to fight you first. You get cravings too, because it wants to be comfortable. It doesn't want, and then exercise is stress. So your body wants to be comfortable. So when you start this thing, it tries to counter it. So at first, it's in conflict with you. You have to get past that point before it starts to work with you. Yeah, so that's usually the case. The moment so why is it that when you decide to fast, you're hungrier?
Yeah.
Because your body fights you, it's fighting you. It's like, but a normal day could pass where you're just really busy and you won't eat a thing till 3 p.m. But the moment you say, oh, I'm fasting, I'm going to fast till 12. 9 a.m. Like, what is happening? Like, you need to eat something. You have to recognize that. And that's the reason why I push support. Like, so if you come into an actual gym, and that's what you're paying for, really, you're paying for that support, that environment. Because everything else, when the time where you can get everything online, you can get full programs, an entire year program, in fact, something for every day of the 365 days.
What about the equipment sometimes?
For free. And there are people who also were in incredible shape who don't touch anything. Calisthenics is what that's about. They don't touch anything. Everything, there's so many exercises that we can do without any equipment. Can you actually push your own body weight? That's what a push-up is. You're pushing like 75% of your body weight if you're on your hands on your toes. If you go down on your knees, you drop that weight to like 50%. So all those things work. They matter. It's still resistance. Go swimming. Go play some sports. That's the easiest thing. You know, say all these five-a-side pitches have become so popular in the city. And like, how are they making so many of them? It's because it's good business. Because of that social aspect of it, you know, is that get that release of, you know, negative stress energy during the day of work. And then you just get, for the guys, just get to be with your boys, you know, you just get to relive that, you know, youth again. Even if you play 30 minutes of football, it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to register in the gym. You don't there's so many ways for you to just keep active. If you keep your smartwatch on or whatever while you go play football, you see how many steps you gather. As opposed to 1 hour of football in the evening, how many steps you do during that, and think about 8 hours in the office. How many steps you get that one?
No
Most
step at all.
Yeah, no step. Most of us we get driven to work or drive to work. We sit down for a lot of time. Maybe we get up, have a little chit-chat, conversation, go to the toilet, come back, and sit down again. That's the entry thing. You know, that's what's really killing us. You know? So,
Okay. So I have a goal.
okay.
Iowa.
Mario-kun,
Sorry, Mario-kun. I want to achieve I want to have an event on Tuesday next week. I want to be slim.
What's your idea of slim? Let's start with that.
Okay, so size 9. I want size 9 by next week, Tuesday.
What are you now?
I think it's...
Can we see this on TV?
Okay, you...
I should guess?
Guess.
No, don't do that to a man.
No, guess. Let's hear.
Are you a size 12?
Don't ignore this.
Yeah.
Ignore this.
Are you 12?
Are you asking me or you're guessing?
Okay, I'm guessing 12.
It's actually fluctuated between 12 and down.
Okay, so 12 and 10. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So 10, 12, is it bad?
At all. It's not bad. Nothing bad. There's some people that you are their goal. Many people like...
Put some respect here, bro.
Many people look at you and like, this is what I want to look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you train them to that. It's like the goalpost is different for different people.
Okay, so for someone like myself, if I want to train, what am I supposed... How down can I come? That will not make me look malnourished.
Yeah, so that's another thing, you know, and especially because of our environment. Nigerians love to comment about stuff like that. That's the first thing they say, are you sick? Like, it's the first thing they always say. And it can be really disheartening because as hard as you can be, like, sometimes those comments can really like,
get to you.
Yeah. But the main thing we have to look at for you is spread it out. You said by Tuesday, I don't like crash programs. I actually don't advocate for anything crashy. Like, because we can do this. Like, okay, I used to be a competitive mixed martial arts fighter. And I used to fight at 61 kg as bantamweight, but I used to walk around at 69 kilograms. And I would diet down to 67, but I'll cut 6 kg in like 2 days, make weight. Then I'll put my weight back on and I'll fight. So the actual fight, I would be back to like 69, 70. But I'd waiting the day before at 60. So there's ways we can do everything, but that's not sustainable.
That sounds...
No, don't be excited about that. That's not sustainable.
That's dynamic.
They're not staying there, you know, but we can do all those things. And I used to have like 4 fights a year, maybe sometimes 3. That's as often as I would do that.
Okay.
So it's not something that you should be doing like when you have a party, you just, you know, crash it.
Does it have any effect to your body?
Effects,
negative effect. What are the effects if you do something like that?
One of the first things that I noticed for me is cognitive decline. Like I lose a few units of my IQ. Just yeah. You answer questions slower. You just like, yeah, because you have to dehydrate yourself a lot, and your cells don't do well when you get dehydrated. So yeah, we drink like ionized water there. So it makes you. So you drink like a cup and you pee out like 3. Like,
wow.
Yeah, and you just keep peeing. So there's so many crazy things that we do. But I don't advocate. Don't do that. Let's put a proper timeline. Let's get you healthy. Let's get you feeling good about it. And that's when sometimes when you crash it, that's when you get that drawn, like feeling like you look, that's someone will say, you look ill. Because you pushed it too hard, too fast.
Okay.
If you take it slowly, even other people seeing your changes, it also helps them adapt to your new look.
Gradually.
Yeah, as opposed to, what happened? Like your cheekbones just shot out. Like
you slept, you slept size 12 and woke up size 10.
But you want that. Oh, you look different, but you look good. That's what you want. You want your eyes to still be bright. You still want your skin to pop. Those kind of things. So I wouldn't suggest doing anything.
So I should just go the way I am.
Your size 12 or 10, whatever. Is
God.
Beautiful as it is. Just leave it like that.
It's because of you.
And there's another thing. So you could be the same size, but you might just want to tighten up. Maybe you just feel like things just jiggle a bit too much.
Okay.
And that's another goal. So
Jiggle.
you're still the same size.
The necessary jiggle or the unnecessary jiggle?
There's the amount of jiggle that we all like, and then you might feel like the jiggle is excessive. You don't want to sneeze and then everything is shaking. You know what I mean? Because that can happen. It's like...
All right. So let's move to the sweetest part.
Okay.
So we are going to play our recipe for today, and you're going to tell me how healthy that is.
Okay, well, I didn't.
So.
Right. So first of all, I've never seen that put together before.
Okay.
That was interesting. And I don't know avocado to do too well in the oven, like even used as a baking product. So that was new for me, but I like the way it looked, the way it turned out. The sugar looked like a lot.
Okay.
And I was like, but if you pay attention to the sizing of the serving, if you're just having that,
okay,
that's okay.
But if you're having just that slice?
As a treat, yeah. Because you should have treats,
That doesn't go so well with him. He might sit
you
eat
probably
all.
want to eat the whole thing. And that's what the problem is. But most people will eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's what sugar does. The thing is, sugar makes you want to have more of it.
Yeah.
So especially if you don't have good, there are ways to play around with your mind, so we eat with the eyes. Let me use some food psychology now. We eat with the eyes. So there's been a study that was done, and they served 100 people. 50 of them, they gave them 2 scoops of ice cream in a small bowl.
Okay.
And the other 50, 2 scoops of ice cream in a big bowl. And 75% of the people that had the big bowl asked for more. Because
the big bowl?
Yes. Because the 2 scoops look small in
Yeah.
the big bowl. So they looked at it, and the eyes told the brain, told the stomach,
it ain't enough.
There's not much in there. So they were not satisfied. But the guys who did, some of them didn't even finish it. Like, oh, okay, we're done. We're okay. So there's ways to manipulate your own mind and your own body to work for you. Because like I said, it fights you first. You have to make it your ally.
So does this look healthy? Like if you say, okay.
So to answer the question,
yes.
It's fine if you're having just a little portion.
I mean, even with the avocado, is it healthy?
So avocado is one of the best ways to get natural, healthy fat. Because you need fat, especially women especially. A lot of your hormone balance goes from your fat-soluble vitamins that your body uses and needs. So avocado is really good for that. So when there was that, then there was now the chunk of butter. I was like, ooh, it's getting a bit wild now. But now I get that you're baking with it. Now it makes a bit more sense. But it boils down to how much of it you're having. There's nothing wrong with having treats.
Okay, treats.
Yes.
But not when you're trying to be on a diet.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
So even when you're trying to...
You can reward yourself.
Yes, and I don't even like the word diet. It's like the whole fasting thing. The moment you say you're dieting, your body's fighting you hard. So I just change your eating habits. So as a trainer, when I speak to my clients, I ask them, what are your habits now? Then we start trying to tweak it. If you try to change anything too abruptly, most people don't last. That's why I don't do diet plans for people.
Okay. All right. So let's now move on to the part where you share you tell us your mind.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. You think I've forgotten the freestyle?
Oh.
I haven't forgotten.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we have a freestyle video.
How candid can I be?
Express yourself.
Express yourself.
Free your mind.
All right, I like that.
Free your mind. So we have a freestyle video between Wizkid and Davido. I won't say anything before I will be accused of
manipulating,
picking sides.
Okay.
But let's have the freestyle video.
Nice car, I pull up, your chicks there, that's me. Young, wild, and free, and I'm famous, that's me. I'm riding, I'm getting it. My team be putting that business, and the studio putting in work. Got my pocket putting in weight. Your girl know my cray. I'm getting money every day. Pants sagging, I'm blowing. Slow swag, I'm leaning. Oh my God, I be doing what I like. Grab a bottle of Patron, put your hands in the sky. I'm waving side to side. I'm doing what I like. I don't care who's watching. Tell the haters shut the. Hey, see, I'm doing what I do for a reason. I'm making money rain every season. Flow so cold, feel your speakers freezing. Da 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 da. Let a booty shake, let it tease me. I'm making money rain every season. Flow so cold, feel your speakers freezing. Da 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 da. You know we're going.
I don't know, say one day I go sing that me duro. I don't know, say one day I go sing a duro. I don't know, say one day I go reach the top. I don't know, say one day my album not to go flop. I don't know, say one day my money go enter like water. I don't know, say one day my papa go smile. I don't know, say one day I go there backstage for the O2, 4,000 people see me. Happy say God, they bless me. Niggas intact. 3,000 people can watch me in France. I don't know, say God go bless me like this. I buy out for
Okay. Judgment time. Body rocks, let's go.
Where do I start from?
Start from the very top.
Let me start from the top, like you said. So I enjoyed Wizkid's freestyle. His voice is smooth, and and I like that the original song that they used the beat for. Yeah, it was nice. I actually enjoyed that. Mr. Davido. Yeah, that was awful. Like I tried hard to get into it, but it was a struggle. I wasn't successful with that. No, I didn't like it at all. So is the question whose freestyle is better? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Wizkid's miles better.
but I think it would be unfair to judge off based on just this video.
One, yeah. And were they taken around the same time?
I mean, you can see that if Wizkid's own is even more older than Davido's own. Yeah, looking at the lines.
Throwbacks.
Yeah, so it's a further throwback for Wizkid.
It's
both
older.
of them.
No, but Wizkid's own is older because you could hear him say, I don't know, say one day I go sell out O2.
Yeah.
So at the time he did this, he probably had even done, maybe he was his first time doing the O2. So you can imagine.
Wow. I've answered the question, right? But yeah, like you said, like I wanted to know whether it was around the same time. Now you're saying that Wizkid's one is even older. That's even made the gap wider. Like it's so much better than the videos.
But what do you think about this beef that started with this?
I don't really get it. I don't really know why there needs to be. There's some bits of beef that I actually enjoy. I enjoy that kind of show rivalry. But I don't really understand this one. I don't really see why. Do they have any songs together? They do, right?
No, they don't have any songs yet.
I don't know if it's some kind of build-up for the eventuality of that happening.
I mean, that would be massive.
That's a good one. But other than that, I don't really understand why. Because I'm not a beef person myself. It's like I'm just too busy.
You're a chicken person.
No. but in actuality, yeah, actually, I'm more of a chicken person. But I don't really get why people have beef with other people. It's like there's just too much to be doing to be having beef with anybody. But yeah, I don't understand the rivalry. I don't get it.
So maybe just like you predicted, maybe they have something that they working on together.
If all of it is showbiz, like showbiz,
that would be really massive.
All for it.
Okay, so let's now move on to Jeff Goldblum Goldblum. Yes, Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yes, Jeff Goldblum. He did say, there was an interview yesterday where he said that he doesn't see the sense of keeping anything for Next of Kin. So Next of Kin should go walk for that. Can we have that picture of Jeff on the screen? So he says his kids will have to support themselves financially. You've got to row your own boat. Do you think that this is a good idea? I mean, he's a successful, aside from the fact that he does this, what's it called again? What's the word? Now I'm missing it. But he's a successful person. So, I mean, from someone like this, do you think that's a good idea?
He's not the only one. There's a bunch of other celebrities that follow this thought process, and I'm not one to tell anybody how to, you know. Plus, you made your wealth. You made your wealth. How you decide to go about, you know, giving it away, or it's up to you. But me personally, is something I would do. I wouldn't do it that way, because I would do my best to make sure my kids learn some adequate lessons in life, not to give them everything. Yeah, because that doesn't help anybody. Supreme comfort from beginning to end is not helpful at all. So I'll make them strive for stuff, but I would love to, especially the kind of environment we're in here in Nigeria, I would love to leave something behind so that they have a little bit of a boost, so even if it's property, even if it's like a little bit of money that they can unlock till certain things have been achieved, fine. You know, I'm all for structure and allowing kids, or you know, to learn as much as they can and hold themselves as much as they can before any kind of help. If they're always just getting help, if they're always just getting, I don't think it's helpful.
So you listen to a lot of young people who are on the path to finding stability, and they tell you that they suffered a lot as kids, and that one of the things that they're going to do is that they're going to work so hard to make sure that their kids never have to pass through the same kind of things that they had to go through. You know, so I mean, in the light of that, maybe this is something for the Western world. Does it really? Can that kind of stop working?
I don't know, because aren't those things the things that made you?
I mean, not forgetting how
the struggles.
Yeah, isn't that what made you like fight hard and become the person?
But then you didn't really have a choice.
Yeah. So the idea now is choice. How good is choice for people?
But then it made you value. It made you value what you've got. So if these kids don't work for this thing, will they value it? Don't forget how.
That's what I'm saying.
There've been so much conversation about how Next of Kin squander whatever you've left. Some don't even just sell it off. What you suffer to work for and keep for them, they just keep selling off, and before you know it,
there's nothing left.
There's
no value to them. So and then you brought something up about choice, and I have a slightly controversial idea about choice. Is how good is choice for people? I feel like people get confused when there's too much choice, so sometimes I think the idea of choice is better than the reality of choice. Sometimes I feel that way.
Say that again.
The idea of choice is better than the reality of choice.
That's profound. Yes.
Put my name on that.
Yes, we will put your name on that. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. I was asking someone one day, so a man told me that he was talking about this woman that he likes, and I asked him a question. I said, do you really like her, or you like the idea of her? So a lot of times people like the idea of something, or person, but they don't really, because I feel that when they get there, they can't handle it. So that's.
Thank you.
From one great person to another. All right. So let's now move on to this. You watch movies by Taraji, right?
Yes.
Good. So we have this other one where comedian and actor, what's his name? Fazion says he has never seen a Taraji P. Henson movie where he was like, wow, they should pay her $10 million for this movie. She gets paid what she deserves. That was dirty. I don't know.
Maybe if they got like a personal beef or something.
It's possible. Your question, my thoughts on this?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I like Taraji, and I've seen her from old movies with Tyrese, all the way to like the TV show
Empire,
and to and there's more recent stuff. I like her. I've always liked her.
Don't you remember the controversial one?
Acrimony.
Yeah, Acrimony. Yeah. Isn't there's a part 2 of that coming out?
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't.
So, but I also know that there's a huge thing about actors' pay, like the huge disparity and stuff like that. And I know they've been pushing for them, like especially the black female actors getting more money. I think that's what this whole thing is about.
Yes.
But also, I also believe that people should just be giving stuff because of who you are. Like, it should be by merit too. Like, so if it's a big movie, a big production that does well, she's not getting some big pay for it. And there's a way you leverage these things. I guess all actors have their agents who leverage on the past movie that I did and to get more money for the next one.
But then again, by virtue of her experience and the years of work that she's put in, no matter how well or how bad the movie does, by virtue of all of those years of experience, if she says that she's 10M, give her 10M.
But has she received any like I know she hasn't had an Oscar, but like Grammys from
she's had a couple of awards.
She's got
but recently Viola Davis have been enjoying.
Viola's been killing it. Viola's killing it.
Yeah, but for him to say that he has never seen a movie of Taraji that was worth $10 million paid, don't you think that's like a direct insult? Because I mean, aside from the movie doing good, I mean, let's use Acrimony for example, which is not like what brought her to life.
No,
never.
Not at all.
But that movie did good. Like it did really, really good. Even though I managed to watch it because I was from the first.
You really didn't like it. Are you a Tyler Perry person though? Do you like Tyler Perry?
I love Tyler Perry's movie.
But you didn't like that one.
But that particular one, I think it was just something about. Naturally, I just don't like unappreciative people, or I don't like people who are nasty.
Was it triggering for you?
Yes, it was. Right, and so I didn't want to keep seeing it because I would like it would take out the fun from the movie. So except I take out that, like, okay, it's just a film. But then what be it fun? So, but aside from that, I mean, Empire did really, really great, but then she worth $10 million.
Okay. I don't really know what they're getting paid these days for their movies. I've not really kept up to par with that. So if you're going to talk about another black female actress, who you consider her level, who would you think about?
Okay, so if I want to put people, when it comes to Taraji, I will put Taraji, I will put Viola, I will put...
Oh, you put Viola and Taraji in the same space?
Just a bit up, a little.
Okay.
Yeah. I will put, what's this? Not really Gabriella, no.
Oh,
Jada?
Union. Oh, Jada. Okay.
Jada?
Are they getting paid $10 million?
That's the question again.
Now, that's the thing. So these other ones haven't really spoken out, but they were in agreement with her.
Oh, okay. That's
yes, when she started this whole conversation about pay, and they were in agreement with her. So yeah, it just means that there's something going on that one person had to speak.
Yeah, I do know there's some talk about black female leads getting paid like a bit better. So. But I don't like to chime in on what I don't have enough information about. Like I said, I don't know what the others getting paid. I don't know if they're just targeting Taraji and suppressing her, or if it's just she's not picking the best movies. I think as an actress is great, but maybe she just needs the right movie or the right set of movies to just kick her into the right.
All right, thank you. That is the much we're gonna take this Friday. Let the weekend begin.
Yeah.
Thank Thank you so much, Body Rocks, for coming on the show. We've had a really interesting time. I think my best moment was the freestyle. Don't ask me why. So we do hope that you have a very fantastic Friday going forward.
Thank you.
You're going to eat healthy. You just want slice.
Is this for me?
I'm looking,
Oh, you enjoyed that now.
Just go with the information I got.
So, any words as we go?
Well, I mean, enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Use your 2-5 salary and chop it. Chop it. All right, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Visit our website for more information, which is
www.arabianradiotv.com. Follow your favorite people on our social media platforms as well.
I will see you on Monday bright and early. From me to Body Rocks to Ugo, we say love and kisses. Bye.
Adios.